Once upon a time, there was a king who had once ruled with grace and warmth. But everything changed when his beloved queen was deceived and abducted by a foreign scholar. Her disappearance shattered him. His sorrow turned into bitterness, and his bitterness into fury. He began to hate all scholars. He blamed knowledge for his loss. Over time, this hatred consumed him. He no longer saw wisdom as light, but as a threat. And so he made a decision that would silence an entire kingdom. "Seize every book across the land," he ordered. "Let not a single page remain. Anyone who dares to hide even half a sheet will be executed without trial." His soldiers obeyed. Thousands of books filled with centuries of knowledge, dreams, and discoveries, were dragged from homes, schools, and temples. They were all brought to the kingdom's largest square, piled high into a mountain. Then the fires began. For 3 long days and nights, the flames devoured everything. People stood in silence, powerless, watching their history turn to ash. Their hearts burned with sorrow, but fear kept them from speaking. Under tyranny, even grief is forbidden. When the fires finally died, only smoke and silence remained. Among the ashes, a young soldier was sweeping the charred remains when something caught his eye, a tiny piece of paper, half burned but still intact. Glancing around to make sure no one saw, he slipped it quietly into his pocket. That night, beneath the pale light of the moon, he took it out. His hands trembled. The page was fragile, but a single line of words had survived. There was only one problem. He couldn't read. So, he folded the paper and kept it hidden for years. He protected it like a treasure, not knowing what it meant, only feeling that it mattered. Years passed. The cruel king eventually died, and with his fall, the people began to breathe freely again. It was only then that the soldier, now a much older man, dared to bring the page to someone who could read it. The person read the line out loud, clearly and calmly. "Everything depends on ourselves." 7 simple words. From that day forward, the man's life changed. He began to learn to read, to write, to think for himself. And miraculously, from that single surviving piece of paper, a new journey was written. Not in ink, but in action. Not through words, but through daily effort. He was not a hero sung in history books. He was just an ordinary man. Yet it is people like him, those who dare to live, to rise again, to learn from the beginning, who truly write the pages of real history.